Hi, welcome back. Again, my name is Aero. Thank you for watching Parrot Page Philippines. Today we'll be doing the weekly horoscope for our friends in the water elemental sides. So while I'm shuffling the cards, I will be performing a reading first for our friends who are in Pisces for their general reading, and then we're gonna get a message from the universe, and then financial reading, and also relationship reading. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do show your support and your love to us by clicking on the subscribe button and hitting the bell notification, so whenever we upload new videos or we go live, you will be notified immediately as well. And also, don't forget to share to your family and friends this video, because you never can tell if the next person who will be hearing the message might badly need the inspiration that we will be providing. So let's start out with our friends in the house of Pisces. So let me just shuffle the cards very quickly. Okay, oops. Okay, so it looks like we have here some cards. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what is the general reading for our friends in the house of Pisces? We have now the Five of Wands. We have also the Seven of Pentacles. And also the Five of Pentacles. So what is the message of the cards for you, Pisces? Right now, the internal conflict is already at hand, meaning it's already starting to make sense. Those challenges that you have experienced, those emotional turbulence that you have undergone, is all now making sense to you as everything falls into pieces. However, you should be able to use these experiences, the knowledge that you have gained during this time, for you to be able to level up yourself in terms of your finances. Why? Because those lessons will help you to determine which path or which decision or which one to choose. That is very crucial in this coming week, because those decisions that you'll be doing, especially in your financial status or in your, let's say, in your physical standpoint, will affect in the coming weeks to come. So you will need to make sure also that you take heed of what is the message of, or the evaluation of, or the outlook of your family members, or the ones you consider as family, because they will have a major input as well into what you will need to look at too. Now, right now, that will be the main objective that you have, is for you to make sure to take heed of all the lessons that you have already experienced, you have already learned in the past. Now, let's see what is the message of the universe for you. We have here the Seven of Swords. The message the universe is saying to you right now that knowledge is not about everything. You will need to follow also the wisdom from within and from above. So you will need to make sure that the life lessons, is going back to your general reading, that the life lessons that you have already experienced, you have already learned, will have should be taken into consideration. And also, you will need to make sure that you are following your instinct, because right now you will have a major shift in your intuition. Being also Pisces, that you are the most indulged in the water element, in the element of water. So you will need also to feel it from within. Sometimes what you might be thinking will contradict what you are feeling. So that will be the best time for you to consider your own intuition, so that you will be able to make sure that you will be able to follow or have a way for you to be able to level up yourself in this coming week. Okay? So I hope that message was able to help you. Now let's check for your financial reading. Okay, give me a second or two. Okay, so let me just go ahead and shuffle the cards for you, Pisces, okay? Very quick. Okay, so let me just get some cards so we will know what is the message when it comes to your finances. Okay, good. So what we have here for your finances, Pisces, is the Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups, and also the Hanged Man. So what is the message to you, Pisces, when it comes to your finances? Right now, although that there are times that there is still an hangover for what has happened in the previous weeks, where there are emotional turbulence or emotional roller coasters that you have undergone, and you're still trying to mend those what you feel broken relationships, or relationships that were placed to the test, that you're still trying to fix it. Now, it will be also advisable that you will have a better understanding of what's really happening. Sometimes you will need to step into your game and also understand it from a different point of different perspective, or you will need to look at it from a point where there is an enlightenment status. What do you mean by that? You will need, if it requires you, if you feel that you are being drawn to further study or have an in-depth study about what's happening with regard to the business or your career, please do so, because that will help you in leveling up. You can also make sure that you can get the advices from those people who are around you, who are passionate in what they're doing. Those the keywords right now is for you to be able to take hold or accept the influence of other people positively when it comes to their passion and also their love in what they're doing in what they're doing, because that will greatly influence you to strive for more. It will give fuel for you to be able to push and press forward as you look at things from a different point of view, because that will help you in looking at your finances from a whole new spectrum, which will be a very good thing, because that will make sure that you will not be one-sided. Okay, so I hope that helps you in your finances. Now, lastly, we'll be checking your reading for your relationships. Okay, so let me just go ahead and shuffle the cards. Okay, here we go. So, okay, let me just get some cards for you, Pisces, for your relationship readings. There. Okay, so we have here as follows. We have here the Two of Wands. We have the Ten of Cups. And also the card of the World. In your relationship status, although you are going to go through another crossroad of whom you will need to listen to, it does not mean that there is a burning of bridges. It's just that sometimes some people are meant to enter your lives or enter our lives, but they're not meant to stay for a very long time. They're being driven to us or given to us by the universe. Why? Because we need to learn something from them, and the universe will be using them for them to be able to impart or share their experience or their knowledge or their wisdom, and in return you are also doing it to them. So there is a purpose why some people will be drifting away from you. So in this coming week, some people might be left out. So don't be disheartened because of that. Take into mind that there are some possibly along the way your path might have a crossroad, and you will see how you both have influenced each other in a better to be much better. So in your relationship, don't let yourself indulge too much on people or invest too much on those people, because the card is advising that you will also need to indulge more in yourself. You're not being selfish, is that the only reason the card is advising you to take care more of yourself is because greater responsibilities will be coming along your way, and for you to be able to take hold of those responsibilities, you will need to have a better you in general. So I hope those readings was able to help our friends in the house of Pisces. Thank you so much. You've been watching Tarot Page Philippines. This is Airo. Have a great day. You're still watching Tarot Page Philippines. Thank you for joining. My name is Airo. I'm one of the admins of Tarot Page Philippines. So right now, we'll be doing a reading or the weekly horoscope for our friends who are in the house of Cancer. So we'll be doing the general reading. We're going to get a message from the universe, also for finances, and lastly for relationships. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do show your support and your love to us by clicking on the subscribe button and also hitting the bell notification so whenever we upload new videos or we go live, you will be notified immediately via notification. Now, don't forget also to share this video to your family and friends because you can never tell if the next person that will be watching the video might need the inspiration or the message that we will be providing through the use of the tarot cards. So let's start with the general reading for our friends in the house of Cancer. So let me just shuffle the cards very quickly so that we can get there. Okay, so we have here the cards right now. So let me just show them to you. So the first card is a card of the Chariot. And then we have here for general reading the card of the Magician. And lastly, we have the card of the Emperor. So, Cancer, what can we read with regards to your weekly horoscope this coming week? So, right now, you will be placed in certain situations where you need to make major decisions. Especially if you will be the one to pioneer certain items or you will be the one to conceptualize certain things. It could be somewhere, it could be for business opportunities. It could be also for your financial opportunities, or it could be building of new relationships. So it could come in many forms for you in the house of Cancer, but generally there will be a building or there will be a decision making and you will be the one who will be in that position. You may not be in the power, but your advice or your influence is very strong enough this coming week that you will be able to decide whether to build it up or to redo it or to tear it down or replace some things that you see that is not fitting in that particular situation. You are what we call this week right now as the power behind the authority, the influence behind the leadership. Your advice, your inputs, the way you will be seeing things this week will allow you to be exposed, or this will be a way of the universe of exposing you so that you will be able to show them what a Cancer is really made of. It will also allow you to step up into the spotlight partially because you will be the one who will receive the credits for the outcome of this projects that that is coming your way this week. So just be sure that you will need to focus yourself in making those decisions. Don't make rush decisions. Be sure to balance everything, just like the Magician is balancing the 4 elements. You should also balance everything from your mind to your body, also to what you really want, your passion, and also to your intuitions and your heart. So I hope that reading was able to help you for your general message this week. Now, this is the message of the universe for you. It is the High Priestess. Sometimes you will need to be alone during this week. Why? Because you will need to dig deep inside of you to find out what is it that is your capacity, what is your power, what is the intensity of the light that you have. Because if you're in a crowd, you will not notice how bright you can be. However, once you're alone, once the universe places you in a position where you will need to shine for yourself, that will be the moment that you will know your boundaries. Once you know your boundaries, work on it so that you can expand your territory. So I hope the general reading and the message of the universe help you, Cancer. Now, let's shuffle the cards again so we can get a message or a reading for your finances. Okay, so give me a couple of seconds while we shuffle the cards, okay? So here we go. That's one. Here we go. So let me get some cards for you, Cancer, so we could perform a reading. Okay. Looks like everything is falling to the right, into one message as a whole. But here are your cards for your financial reading. We have here the Hanged Man, We have the Four of Cups and also the Six of Wands. So what is the message of the universe for you right now? What is your reading for your finances right now, Cancer? You will need to look at things from a different perspective. You will need to enlighten yourself. What is it that you are really, the things that you are spending on too much? Don't let emotions right now take hold of you. Also, try not to be a one-day millionaire this coming week. It's been a little bit going on for the last few days or so. So you will need to make sure to focus or realign yourself. If you need to first stop what you're doing and then reassess everything. If you need to have a black and white copy of all the ins and outs of your finances, do it. Because that will be the only way for you to be enlightened on what is it that you will need to cut from your budget, because there's too much at stake here. You feel that everything needs your attention, needs your assistance, or needs your influence for your resources, but not all of them needs to be done immediately. There you have a lot of responsibilities, Cancer, so you will need to make sure to balance it at its point. You've been spending too much on things you feel that is really necessary, but actually they're not. You're just making it feel that it is a necessity, but you can always find a way to substitute it from time to time. But you will need to make sure that if you really need it, the next question that you will be asking yourself is, do you really need it? Do you really need it now? So you will need to make sure that the timing is also impeccable, because that will be a very important important question. Not all the things that needs to be bought today. Sometimes some of them can be rendered maybe by next week or a couple of months. So you will need to make sure that you also know which one to prioritize. Okay. So let's see also for your reading when it comes to your relationships. So let me just go ahead and shuffle the cards again. This may take only a couple of seconds. Okay, one more. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me just get for your finances, relationships. Okay, so Cancer, these are the cards for your relationship. We have here the Emperor. We have the card of the Sun, and lastly we have the Queen of Wands. So what is your reading when it comes to your relationships? You will need to make sure that you are taking hold of the relationship. It's now time for you to have your own identity. Sometimes you feel that you're already being in a toxic situation or in a toxic environment. You will need to be the one to light up the environment as well. Sometimes moving out is not really the answer, but stepping in and making things right from the inside out is another option that you will need to look into. You have the capacity to do that. You have exert your authority, exert your capacity as an individual, as a Cancer, who is, by the way, one of the fighters of the water elemental sign. So you will need to go for it. You have the capacity to rekindle any relationship that you have this week. Do it, because you can never tell that the next relationship will be very vital for you. So in the coming few weeks. So be sure to find a way to re-spark the fire. You have that capacity. Use it also wisely. So I hope the readings was able to help our friends in the house of Cancer. So thank you so much for watching. This is Aero. You have a great day. Hi, welcome back. You're with me still. My name is Aero, one of the admins of Tarot Page Philippines. Now we're going to perform right now the reading for our friends in the house of Scorpio. We're going to provide the general reading. We're going to get a message from the universe, also to cover the financial reading and relationship readings. Now, if you're new to the channel, we would like to invite you to show your support and your love to us by clicking on the subscribe button and hitting the bell notification, so whenever we upload new videos or we go live, you will be notified immediately. Also, if You can also share this video to your family and friends who you think will be so that they will be able to get the message, because you never can tell if the next person that you'll be sharing the video might need the message of the inspiration or guidance that we will be providing through the use of the tarot cards. Okay, so let's start with our with the reading. Let me just get some cards for our friends in the house of Scorpio, so we could get their general reading. Okay, so what we have here, Scorpio, for general reading is the card of the Lovers, the Six of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this coming week, Scorpio, be a little bit keen when it comes to the relationships that you have. Actually, some of them you feel are falling apart, so you're trying to save one relationship after the other. Sometimes that will be really helpful, but at this point, what you will need to look into is yourself. The universe is, or the tarot cards is asking or is advising that you try to look back into yourself. You focus too much on other people. So this will be a best time for you to travel back into memory lane and also revive or think about the things that you have done previously. What made you right now? Your past holds a lot of answers to the questions that you have right now on your own capacity, your own skills, your own giftings. You need to go back to that. No, you don't need to live it, but you need to pick up all those lessons of the past, so that you will be able to use the lessons, the wisdom that you have gained, and then apply it to yourself. Now, not just with your own experiences that you will need to look into, but or the wisdom to take hold of the wisdom, but you will need to also look into the wisdom of those who you look up to, like your mentors or someone who's older, someone you feel are capable or are successful in your eyes. Look into their past, into their experiences, their past, what made them who they are right now. Those will be vital points for you this coming week, because that same information or the same wisdom that you'll be getting will help you in the following months to come. So that is a general reading for the house of Scorpio. Now, what is the message of the universe for you, Scorpio? Is the Ten of Wands. It's time for you right now to reevaluate your worth. If you feel that your worth is not being properly recognized, the contributions that you're giving is not being given proper credit, you need to think twice if it's still really worth it, or is it time for you to move to a better position or to a better opportunity this coming week. That will be something that you will need to look into, because if you will be looking into your previous weeks, things were not really that smooth. However, this time it's a good thing that you will have the time for you to reassess your current situation, and also what is your capacity. Know thyself, like they say. So I hope those readings were able to help you. Now let's check. Let's get a reading for your finances. Scorpio, give me a couple of more seconds while we shuffle the cards, okay? Here we go. Ahaha. Okay. So, let me just get some cards for you. Oh. Okay, so these are the readings for your finances. It's the Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. All of you in the house of Scorpio will experience an opening of opportunities to something that is close to your heart. So if you're if you love cooking, or arts, or whatnot, or teaching, depending on what is your passion or what is it is in your heart, an opening for that will be given to you in this coming week. But you might be hearing some advices or feedback from those people that you thought will be the one to encourage you. Those are your family and your friends who might give you negativity on what they're seeing, that it will not work or it's not for you. But keep in mind that the greatest encourager that you will have will be yourself in this world. Your heart knows that you can do it, so go ahead and pursue it. Don't let your emotions get the best of your mind. Take hold of your mind. You know the possibilities, you know the capacity, you know your outcome. So make sure that you will be able to focus yourself. Put your heart into it and you will see magic fly in your finances. So just it will be a best way for you to prove to them that your decision was right. But don't use it also to brag to them, because that will surely break the good karma that you might be getting. Use it as a way for them to show your own strength in a good way, and then be a bridge to them so that they could also level up in their own lives. So you will be the blessing at this coming week to a lot of people now, Scorpio. Okay, so let's see for your reading when it comes to relationships. So let me just shuffle the cards. Okay, this may take only a couple of more seconds. Okay, so for Scorpio, what is your reading for it comes to your relationships? We have here right now the 8 of Swords. We have the 10 of Cups. And the card of the Tower. So what is the message of the cards to you, Scorpio, when it comes to your relationships? So right now, you're already wearing to that your mind is contradicting what your heart is telling. Your mind is telling you that you need to focus on a lot of things. You need to focus on your career or on your business or on your personal life, a whole lot of things. And then your mind is also telling you that it's not yet time for you to indulge into a relationship. However, that might prove to be correct for this time, as of this time, because your focus right now is actually the ones who were there where you were down, when you were down. So focus on them, because the more you love people who loves you, the more you are exerting more energy of love to the universe, which the universe will return to you in the process. Right now, you might be cutting also some toxic people away from you, because you feel that they're although you're good friends with them or you have good relationships with them, but they're dragging you out of your focus. So you might level down your communication with them. So that will be something that you will need to do in a nice way. Don't do it bluntly, because you have the capacity to tell what is it in your mind. So try to tone it down, and try to explain to them if you will need to focus or you need to say no to certain events or invites that they'll be giving. So I hope the readings was able to help our friends in the house of Scorpio. Thank you so much. You've been watching Tarot Page Philippines. My name is Aero. Have a great day.